This is KGW News at 5.
They felt that it was okay to assault me, which wasn't, I didn't do anything to deserve that.
Right now at 5 o'clock, we're seeing this new report from Uber. It shows that nearly 6,000 sexual assaults happened. They were reported on rides in the past 2 years. How an Oregon congressman wants to make ride sharing safer. Plus, students once again packed the streets here in Portland and around the world. They're demanding action on climate change. And fans are excited, they're pumped, they're fired up. The Ducks taking on Utah in the Pac-12 championship tonight, trying to win a trip to the Rose Bowl. Let's start tonight, though, with this report from Uber. It's looking at a lot of things. It looks at crashes, assaults, even rapes involved in ride-sharing service. In their ride-sharing service, a company executive called these findings jarring. Maggie Vespa has been digging into this for us, and Maggie, passengers and drivers are getting hurt here.
Yeah, Dan, that's right. We've been hearing from both, as you know. But first, some background on this report. It covers stats from 2017 and 2018. And Uber says it, in and of itself, is an effort by them to make their service safer. Now, a big headline from it is the rate of sexual assaults. Nearly 6,000 in the past 2 years. And in 464 of those cases, the victim was, in fact, raped. The company put it in context, saying that works out to about 4 rapes every week and 1 in every 5 million rides. Now, a top Uber executive told the New York Times the findings are, quote, jarring and hard to digest. Lori Hewells says it's what drivers have known all along. She drives for Uber and says she's been asked for sexual favors, had people masturbate in her car, and once a person physically attacked her.
They weren't technically in my ride, and when I tried to explain that to them, they got very aggressive about it and assaulted me as a driver. I didn't feel like I deserved that to be assaulted in my own vehicle. You know, I carry my little 6-year-old to school every day. You know, she's got to get in this car after I'm done.
So Uber tonight is working to make things safer, installing that emergency button right there on their app, which can connect you as a passenger or a driver to 911. And they're ramping up background checks, they say, on drivers, something the feds have had their eye on too. Today, I spoke with Representative Peter DeFazio out of Eugene. He's chair of the House Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, and he's pushing a bill that would basically force these companies to up their safety standards.
There are measures we can take, particularly where they're trying to get federal contracts to require meaningful background checks that are fingerprint-based, to require other measures. There are things that they are making some progress. I give Uber some credit. Lyft, well, not so much so far.
Okay, he was pretty blunt in that moment. So to his point, Lyft is under fire too. The New York Times reporting yesterday, 19 women joined dozens more in an already existing lawsuit claiming the company isn't doing enough to protect riders from sexual assault or help them after those assaults happen. And by the way, DeFazio says he started working on that bill to protect, of all groups, flight attendants from sexual harassment and assault. And then earlier this year, he learned of this issue that's plaguing ride sharing, and he expanded the bill. Much more at KGW.com.
Yeah, I'll check that out. I'm still thinking about that Uber driver you interviewed, Lori.
I know, hard not to.
She is personally experienced. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Maggie, thank you so much. Hey, let's move on now to the second deadly attack on a naval facility just this week. Federal agents are searching for answers after a man opened fire at the Naval Air Station in Pensacola, Florida this morning. 4 people were killed, including the gunman. Police say a Saudi national who was training at that base started shooting inside a classroom. 11 people were hit. 2 officers were hurt in a shootout with the gunman. Investigators are still trying to determine the motive.
There are grieving mothers and fathers today who will never recover from this day.
President Trump is monitoring this situation, he says, communicating also with the King of Saudi Arabia. On Wednesday, a sailor at a Navy shipyard in Pearl Harbor killed 2 civilian Department of Defense employees. He also hurt another person before killing himself. All right, there you see it. Hundreds of students and supporters marching through the streets of downtown Portland again now, calling for climate justice. Just one of many youth-led strikes happening in cities across the country, nationwide. Morgan Romero followed the demonstrators over several city blocks today. They wanted to talk to the mayor. Did they in fact get a chance to talk to him?
They did get his attention, and their goal is to have him declare a climate emergency. Teens who say their communities are hit hardest by climate change were the ones leading today's march.
Flags representing different Pacific islands led the charge. A banner reading, "Our house is on fire."
Clearly had some technical issues there, but coming back out here, Mayor Wheeler says he'll talk about new environmental justice initiatives at a press conference at City Club next Friday. Portland Public Schools excused a student's absence today. If they had it approved beforehand, we'll have much more on this on the news at 6:30. Dan.
Yeah, we'll work on getting Morgan's full report, either back in this newscast or somewhere online. Morgan, thank you so much. So driving in Multnomah County is about to get more expensive. This is because the county's Board of Commissioners voted to increase the vehicle registration fee. It's now $56, or at least it will be. It's up from $19. That's the fee the way it is now. So what the increase will be won't actually happen until 2021, so we have some time. This money is to pay for seismic upgrades to the Burnside Bridge. In its current state, the Burnside Bridge cannot withstand a major quake. Take a look at some video here. It shows what's expected to happen to the bridge in the event of an 8+ quake. The bridge needs seismic upgrades, the tune of anywhere between $580 and $860 million. Vehicle registration fees will help cover about a third of that cost. Drivers we spoke with, they're not too happy about this, but county officials say they really had no other choice.
You know, raising fees is definitely not something people like, but we're also just not ready for the big earthquake, and you got to pay for it somehow.
Not happy about it. I just found out, so yeah, that sucks.
There are concerns that the new $56 fee is just too high. We can tell you that the county board is examining discounts or exemptions for low-income residents. An organization in Eugene. In that area, they have a new tool. You can see the video here. They use it to help children who are abused or neglected when they go to court. They're therapy dogs. CASA of Lane County says it can be very scary, of course, or painful for children to testify about neglect or abuse that they've experienced. But therapy dogs can help them to feel more comfortable while they're on the witness stand. Juvenile court judges allow these dogs to be present during a child's court date.
So many people are dog lovers, and it just clicks for them instantly. Of course that's going to calm a situation. The attention's going to get off of this over to this beautiful dog.
It's a great idea, isn't it? The program was just introduced, so it's brand new. There are a lot of dogs and handlers that are still in training right now. CASA also has some new child advocates who are volunteering to spend time with children to guide them to good outcomes in the foster care system. There's a food bank in Central Oregon. They've been helping families in need through the Christmas holiday through a program that's been running there since the 80s. But this year, it's struggling to get enough donations. The president of the Sisters Food Bank says the program costs around $10,000, but with just a few weeks before Christmas, they're only at about 50% of their goal. They need that money to serve Christmas dinner for about 175 families.
It gives them something to look forward to for Christmas. And they're really happy. We see smiles on their faces, and it just, quite frankly, it gives us a case of the feel-goods. And then it does them, they feel good because they're able to get what they need for their family to have a nice meal.
I think we all love a good case of the feel-goods, don't we? But if they don't raise enough money, they're going to have to dip into their cash reserve. But if they do that, then they're going to be short on money for the rest of the year.